Hey Surf Office fans! Planning a company retreat? Whether it's your first time or not, even experienced planners run into issues. After nearly a decade of organizing retreats, we've seen it all, from great successes to costly mistakes. To help you avoid common pitfalls, here are 8 mistakes to dodge for a smooth, stress-free retreat. So let's dive in. First up is the dreaded last-minute venue cancellation. So you've booked the perfect venue and everything's on track. Then out of nowhere, the venue cancels. No backup accommodation. No alternatives. It happens more often than you'd think. Hotels might cancel your reservation if they get a more attractive group inquiry, and Airbnb cancellations, even more common. Now you're scrambling to find a new venue 3 weeks before the retreat. Flights are already booked, other services are locked in, and you're left with fewer options and higher costs. So why don't we have to worry about this? Well, hotels won't cancel on us because they know we work with long-term partners and wouldn't bring them future business if they did. At number 2, we've got those pesky hidden costs. Planning your own retreat often comes with surprise expenses. Hotels can add unexpected fees, taxes, or charges for changes to your booking. For first-time planners, contracts rarely favor you, meaning you're likely paying more than necessary. At Surf Office, we eliminate surprises by showing you the total price up front. Thanks to our long-term hotel partnerships, you'll typically spend less with us than by booking on your own. Rolling in at number 3 are the unreliable activity providers. Here's a nightmare scenario. You've booked a group activity and 50 people are excitedly waiting for the guide to show up. But the guide just doesn't show. No one answers the phone and your plans fall apart. This happens more than you'd expect. Online reviews rarely give you insight into how well a provider handles corporate groups. So what's our solution? We only work with proven reliable vendors. All activities are vetted, and we always have a backup plan to avoid these situations. Number 4 is choosing the wrong activities or restaurants. Planning a retreat isn't like booking a vacation. Group dynamics matter, and not every restaurant or activity works for larger teams. Finding a place that accepts group bookings and delivers quality is rare. Plus, some activities sound fun but don't make sense for large teams. We've heard it all. But one of our colleagues knows the area. Well, how often has that colleague organized activities for 50 people? At Surf Office, we use local expertise to recommend tested team-building experiences, ensuring your retreat is both seamless and unforgettable. At number 5 is wasting hours communicating with vendors. Endless emails, WhatsApp messages at midnight, fake invoices, and vendors who disappear after payment. Sound familiar? If it doesn't, it's certainly bound to happen. Every vendor wants prepayment, but how do you trust them when they don't even reply promptly? Well, when you book with us, you avoid all of this back and forth. You'll have one dedicated retreat planner who handles everything, guaranteeing your booking and saving you hundreds of hours of stress. Number 6 is everyone's worst nightmare: terrible weather conditions. You've planned an epic week on the beach with activities like surfing, beach volleyball, and outdoor cocktails. Then a tropical storm is forecasted for the entire retreat. It's a planner's worst nightmare, but we've got you covered. We monitor weather conditions and quickly adapt the itinerary if necessary. Indoor alternatives are always arranged, refunds for canceled activities are secured, and your retreat stays on track. At number 7 is one of our pet peeves: complex transfers. Organizing transfers is one of the hardest parts of retreat planning, even for us. Finding reliable transfer companies is one thing, but managing staggered arrivals for a remote team, that's a whole new level of complexity. We recognize this issue, and that's exactly why we've partnered with trusted transfer companies in every single location. With years of experience managing remote teams, eliminating transfer delays is always a top priority. And finally, at number 8, where's the in-house manager? Let's say you have someone in-house managing the retreat. Maybe that's you. The CEO expects nothing less than perfection. But what happens if that person gets sick or leaves the company? Well, this scenario is actually more common than you'd think. We've seen it derail retreat planning more times than we can count. With Surf Office, though, you don't need to worry. Our team of retreat planners is always ready to step in, ensuring everything runs smoothly no matter what happens. And there you have it, the most common mistakes to avoid when planning a company retreat. With the right approach and a little help from us, your retreat can be stress-free and unforgettable. We find the right venue, handle the logistics, and make sure nothing goes wrong. Think of it as buying retreat insurance. Ready to plan your best retreat yet? Visit surfoffice.com to get started today.